Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Welcome to TMNT Thursday night right here. The Stump Gang is back. This is our once a month session of TMNT goodness for the actual play people. But I'm not alone. I have some wonderful players along for the ride. Directly below me, you're seeing the wonderful face of our Bill Master General.
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Phil Billy 330 is playing Roswell the Alligator, and then directly next to him is our unofficial partner in TTRPGs, Wizard's Respite.
Howdy, folks.
And he is playing Tex the Armadillo. So, let's catch up. Where were we? Well, a lot happened in a very small amount of time last session, which may have been poor game mastering, but I'm back on track now. The Stump Gang, consisting of Roswell the Alligator, Tex the Armadillo, and then the three orphan Stump girls, which are Aubrey, Stella, and Lila, they all had to escape the park from their nemesis, General Braddock, who experimented on the Stump Girls to give them basically superpowers when they ingest mutagen instead of mutating. All five of them escaped on a train, and after a horrible battle with Braddock, he fell off the train and is presumed dead with heavy quotation marks. They then had to find Bert McCluskey, who was the cousin of the ranger who ran the park. They found him. Bert McCluskey took them to New York, where he lived, and kind of took them in for 2 weeks, kind of hiding them out in the city. Roswell did not love the city. Tex did not mind it at all. Tex got a chopper out of the deal, not a helicopter, not a get to the choppa, but a motorcycle.
Hog.
A motorcycle hog. And then Bert McCluskey was tasked by because he's ex-CIA, it's found out, he was tasked by his old CIA people to do one more job to move something from Pennsylvania to Silicon Valley on his big old semi-truck. He was trying to find a home for the Stump Gang of some sort, somewhere where they would find protection from Braddock's Black Hat mercenary group. However, he was unable to do that, so he had to take them with him. They managed to pick up the crate in Pennsylvania just fine, and then they were heading on the highway of Pennsylvania towards Ohio when they were attacked by ninjas wearing leopard skin vests over their ninja clothes and fezzes in mini cars, kind of looking like Shriners. They seemed to be led by a girl in a large pink Cadillac of Middle Eastern descent, but with nearly bleach blonde hair, who Bert McCluskey referred to as Barbie. But we couldn't get to the bottom of any of this information because the ninjas immediately attacked the moving semi-truck. So what ensued was a Mad Max-style road battle. Roswell is now on the top of the trailer of the moving truck. He just threw one of the ninjas into the ether. There is another ninja who is slightly wounded, took a grazing wound, with a Kasari Gamma behind him kind of spinning it, ready to fight. There is also still 3 mini cars surrounding the truck, each with a ninja participant inside of it. Tex is on his chopper. I believe you were still behind the truck, correct?
Yeah.
Behind the truck with his gigantic, ridiculous handgun that I stupidly gave him at the beginning of the game and can't take away. And he is taking shots at the ninjas. Meanwhile, another ninja at the front crashed into Bert, managed to get on the front, and is throwing paint at the windshield to try and halt Bert's progress, stop his field of vision, and slow the truck down, which has prompted Aubrey, who's a psychopath, to jump out the window with Horsey, her trusty bat, and attempt to help Roswell in the fight with the hijackers. Have I covered everything correctly? Did I miss any important details?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's what's been running in my mind over and over again since last time we played, expecting to get back into this fight.
So with this game, you roll initiative every round, and I know that we ended it in between rounds, like everybody had gone. So everybody roll initiative. Let's get this party started.
14.
Out of 20.
Let me get a key.
Because you don't add anything to initiative, do you?
Nah, you don't. Alright. Let's go into the top. Ooh. Alright, what'd you get, Phil?
14.
What'd you get, Wiz?
20.
Wow. Alright, now let's do the Shriner cards.
Well, you right out the gate. Hopefully
all
that
at the
trend
same
sticks.
time. Wow. Okay. Was not expecting that. Alright, so Wiz is going first.
Okay, so I'm behind the truck, and if I remember right, just to the left, right?
Yes, I believe you have fired 2 rounds from your gun so far.
I actually...
If you marked it down, I'll go with whatever you have down.
I would prefer it to be 2 rounds.
Have you fired more than that? I didn't remember how far we got into the fight. I know.
Oh wait, no, I did just fire 2. I wrote down 2.
Because I feel like you missed once, and then the other one you shot and grazed the guy.
Yeah, I wrote down 2. I thought that means I was down to 2, but actually now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we're in this fight for that long. So
No, it was only like 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, I feel like it was. I honestly feel like it was only 1 full round of actual fighting. To be honest, I think everything before that was positioning. Okay, so you're up, Wiz. You are just to the. You said just to the left.
Yeah, I believe.
Okay, so you're on the side with the 2 Shriner cars. And they're not next to each other. They're in a line. So one's kind of farther up than the other one. The Shriner car on the front is kind of speeding up to kind of get around to the cab door, basically the passenger side cab door. That would be the left, right? No, that's the right. I'm sorry, wrong. I don't know my own hands. This is the great game mastering you have to expect. He doesn't know basic right from left. All right. So you're on the left side, which would be the driver's side of the car, which means there's only one Shriner car. It's about halfway up the trailer, and you see he's veering kind of towards the trailer. You are on the side that Roswell just threw the ninja off. If I recall correctly, one of the top ninjas he managed to kind of hurl into the ether. And that one took out a Shriner car, if I remember correctly. So that wreck just happened behind you. But Roswell is kind of standing on that side, whereas the other ninja is to the right side of the trailer with the Kasurigama. He's a little bit harder for you to hit, and that's why you only grazed him, because of the angle. Like, part of the trailer is obscuring your vision of him.
Okay.
Like, not a full vision. You can still see half of him, but you see what I'm saying? Like, because you're kind of catty corner to it.
And he's up high.
That's what you can see right now. Just so that everybody knows, the Cadillac sped away. Like, it pumped the gas and drove into the sunset. Oh, and she did speak over the radio and said something about Big Daddy before Bert switched it off.
Got it. So what I'm going to see if I can't do, see what the GM says I got here. I'm going to try and actually shoot the tire out of the little car in front of me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can't pull this off.
Okay. All right. That's a little bit. You're making me work for my money here.
I've had several weeks to plan out my move.
This is what I get for putting you in the situation, for allowing the. All right. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it's an aim shot, so you're gonna take you're gonna take your full actions, like we talked about before.
Okay.
You're not gonna get the bonus to strike though, because it's such an insane shot. What I am gonna say is, you get to make an attack. If your total attack roll is above a 15, you'll hit the tire. If it's above the prerequisite 5 to hit, you'll hit it, but you won't hit the tire itself.
Got it. Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Let's see what we got. And it's a 15 straight.
Wow. Good shot. Good shot. Okay. So that definitely nails him. Let me get this ninja up so that we can figure out what he needs to roll to stay in that sucker. I'm going to make that a little bit more difficult because... Ah! That went on the floor. Where'd you go? Man, I am crack professional today. Where the hell did my percentile dice go? Jesus Christ. Alright, grabbing a different percentile dice real quick.
There are ghosts in the...
This is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Alright, I'm going to give him a negative 20 to his pilot automobile skill to keep this Shriner car from crashing immediately. Holy shit. He fails. Alright, he rolls an 89. His base skill level was a 90%. I gave him the negative 20 because of the high speed kind of shot to it, which brings him down to a 70. But he ends up rolling an 89. So he does not make it. So you take aim, boom, the cannon goes off, chamber clicks into place, another round spent, hits the tire perfectly, the back tire, it's like a pop of air. The little car kind of like doesn't go forward, but instead goes diagonal, which makes the balancing totally off. If it wasn't a little car, it would have kind of rebalanced, but because it is, his weight kind of pulls it, and he just ends up rolling in it like he was on a sled, and he wrecked going down a hill, just like sideways, just corkscrewing. The car comes off, and he rolls away into the berm. So, good shot. However, I believe that's the end of your turn, correct?
Yes.
All right. So, I don't know how Phil is last with a 14, but he is.
Wow.
Yeah, it was rough, man. It was rough. So, next up is the Shriner cars on the other side. All right, we're going to just do some skill rolls real quick. See if they can make that. Actually, that's going to be a control check. Their PP is a 17, controls at a 30, so 47 for that jump. Oh, he makes it. And then a 47 for this jump. Ooh, he does not. All right, so on the other side, well, neither one of you can see the right side, so I'm going to leave out what happens over there. Stuff happens on the other side of the trailer. Phil, the Kasurigama ninja in front of you, is kind of spinning kind of the chain side around with the shriken side next to you. He's got a trickle of blood coming from his shoulder where where Tex managed to graze him, but he's kind of circling you on the top of this trailer. Before he makes his actions, I want you to give me a quick, this would be mental affinity with the control. Control is 30.
And then control is 30.
Yes.
Where's my details?
Let me correct that. Do you have detect ambush or anything like that?
No.
Okay, then yeah, just the mental affinity.
So I add my mental affinity to 30, and I'm trying to roll under that, correct?
Yes, on a as a skill roll, so a percentile.
Yeah. 13, so I pass.
Nice. All right, you hear Bert all of a sudden start honking his horn. For some reason, it just registers to you, and you notice, like, out of your peripheral vision, you can see probably like 14, 15 seconds away, there is a street sign, like a highway sign, an overpass sign, a big green overpass sign coming towards you guys. And it's low enough that it will potentially take you guys off the trailer altogether. Now the ninja gets his attack. I'm just going to give him that awareness roll as well. Okay. All right, so I need to find the Concerted Gamma. Give me one sec. There you go. 2d6. Okay. All right, he steps in and he kind of hurls the chain at you, kind of whips it over his head in a high arc as his first attack. He rolls a 9 total to hit you. You always get a parry.
I have a +1 to parry. What do I roll? A d20 +1?
Yeah. You only have the +1 to parry, nothing else?
Correct. I roll, so my total is a 12.
All right.
Oh, +2, 13.
Okay, so he whips the chain, and you can tell he's kind of coming overhead to try and kind of almost entangle you a little bit, to kind of pull you into his next attack. But you manage to get the teeth up, your big teeth machetes up, and slank the chain away with a crank, and it kind of like goes along the teeth like ping, 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 as it slams into the ground. But he doesn't stop his forward motion and comes at you with his second attack, which is just to drive the sickle part of the Kasurigama directly into your chest. If anybody who doesn't know what a Kasurigama is, think of a miniature scythe that's handheld with one hand, then has a chain, a really long, like 4-foot chain that comes off the bottom with a weighted end. So he tries to come at you. I'm going to show a picture to the people viewing if they are not familiar with ninja weapons. That is a Kasurigama, everybody weapon out there. Yeah. So he's going to come at you with the sickle part, just trying to drive it directly into your chest. It's a little bit better for him. He's going to get a 12 on that one.
All right. Is that a 20? No, that's a 2. So 4, so he's going to hit me.
Ooh, that's going to hurt. Prepare yourself for pain. The sickle part is the damaging part. That's good. All right, the Kasurigama does 2d6, and then he has a +5 to his damage. So total, you're going to take 10 points of SDC.
Ouch. All right.
All right, so he brings the blade in. You manage to actually duck slightly because you can't, like, he's too dead center to sidestep in any way or to parry with the sword. So you bring the kind of, like, teeth up slightly, so that you divert it northwise, and it ends up taking right into like your shoulder, like digging in deep into your shoulder, between your collarbone and your shoulder, just right through there, kind of like an inch or two in. You can feel like tendons and stuff kind of pull. It really hurts. It's a little bit more pain than damage, but it hurts like a motherfucker. But he... and then it is your turn, my friend.
Alright, the guy who just swung the origami at me, I'm gonna go for.
Okay.
So... 13 for the first attack.
Okay. He gets a parry. Always get the parry. Oh, that's gonna hit big time.
Oh, wow.
Big time. Yeah, he only rolled a 5. He has a +3 to parry, so he got a 8 to dodge it.
So I come across it. I'm with the dagger for 6 damage plus... Or no, I'm sorry. 7 damage plus bleed of 3.
Bleed? How does that work?
It's
This is something I added.
it comes into account, I think, next round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it does. I've given him the rules. I don't specifically remember what they are, but I just wanted to give his teeth a little bit extra, so they kind of cause jagged wounds on the opponent, who will take sustained damage until they get patched up, basically.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What? How much bleed is it?
It's 3. 3 bleed.
Yeah, I think he'll take a sustained amount of 3 damage every round until he manages to patch himself, basically.
Yeah, and I think you said it doesn't stack.
Yeah.
Does that be busted?
It'd be pretty brutal if it stacked, man. Especially with 4 attacks.
Yeah.
All right, so that's attack number 1. So you kind of shove him off and just bring the other hand, the other cleaver, kind of across his chest, and he manages to keep bouncing back slightly, but it ends up just cutting a big old gash across his chest.
All right. I'm gonna come at him with the left hand knife. Oh, that's bad. I rolled a 1, so 3.
Ooh.
I don't think I
that
can.
misses automatically.
Oh yeah, isn't it if it's under 5?
It's you have to be 5 or above total.
So he stepped back.
Yeah, I would say like the truck takes a quick swerve and you kind of lose your balance for a second while you're going into the second strike and just whiff completely.
11 on the third.
He is unfortunately going to parry that one. He brings up the chain and just like he pulls it up like taut and just blocks the next attack that you come in with. You got one more though, right?
Yeah. Oh, nice. 19. 21.
Okay, one thing before you make this attack. You can keep that roll if you decide to make that attack. But if you make this attack, you are going to have to make some sort of skill check to not get hit by the sign.
Oh, because we're getting closer to it.
Yeah. The sign's about to take you guys out. So this action, you either need to drop or you need to make a skill check. However, I also want you to be able to weigh this fully. If you drop too early, he will see that you're dropping and he won't get hit by the sign at all.
Yeah.
Because he'll be able to drop with you, basically. So if you attack right now, that's fine, but you're going to have to make some sort of physical prowess check to dodge the sign. Because you're cutting it that close. You're pulling a video game wait till the last minute.
Oh, I don't know how. Can I do something weird where it's like make an attack / drop at the same time. So this is what I picture in my head. Like, I drop kick him
Oh,
2 feet in the chest so that I land on my back, but he's still standing.
how about this? Because I can't not give you some sort of roll and make the attack. But what I'll do is, because that's a really cool idea, I give you an extra plus 20% to your control because of that idea.
Okay, so should I roll both then?
Well, you made the attack, right?
Correct.
So roll the check against whether or not you hit, so that we can figure out everything. I'll roll to see if he dodges.
Well, my roll was the 19, so that'd be 21 to hit.
All right, and that's unarmed, right? So you're not getting any.
Yeah, I would just get the hand-to-hand basic, which... What the hell's the damage on that?
You don't actually get anything. Oh no, you do. I waived it for that. Never mind. Hold on.
I'm gonna find it.
I got it on my Game Master chart here. Hand-to-hand basic. It's actually at level 1. It's only a +2 to pull or roll with punch, basically. So it's not really helping you out at level 1. It starts to get good as you put stuff into it later, especially at level 3. You get that fucking thing up to level 3, and you're gonna be a monster. You'll have 6 attacks basically. All right. So you drop kick. So you definitely well, let me roll a defense. So it's a 21. He's got a +3 to dodge. He rolls a 6, so you're definitely gonna hit him with the attack. Now you need to make your control check. Now your control is temporarily going to be a 50 because it's at 30, but I'm adding that 20 to it. So it'll be 50 plus your physical prowess, and then roll that percentile.
67 is my
I love
target.
this game. Having so much fun. I've been waiting for this. Like, this game is like the just fun, no pressure game.
It is a lot of fun, man. This fight is like slash, and it's so cinematic.
It really is. I wish I wouldn't get copyright claim for music, because I have so many musical tracks that go through my head while I'm doing this, and I know that I'd immediately get copyright claim for it.
I love that. Yeah.
I rolled a 63, and I had to beat 67, so I got it barely.
Oh, okay. All right. Here's what happens.
Second.
Here's what happens. You take that final swing. He blocks it. He kind of pushes your blade back. As he pushes your blade back, you just leap into the air, both feet, wrestling perfect Randy Orton on point drop kick right to the fucking chest. He goes actually, because you're fucking crocodile, you're an alligator. He goes actually like off his feet backwards and into the sign that's incoming. Just wham! Just like full like physics meets physics sort of situation. Kersplat. As that happens, you drop, and basically you can feel it. Like, it smacks your tail as you like. Yeah. As it goes over you, like, you just barely, like it goes into that bullet, the bullet time shot, and you just, like, right over your head. And then the ninja he's just gone. He evaporates, basically. like in the background, as the truck's pulling away, you just see this, like, body fall off the sign as it gets farther and farther away. So that ninja is out of there. Which is sweet. Sweet as hell. Cool. Yeah.
That was cool.
All right, so I'm going to make a couple rolls for our off-screen NPCs. Okay, all right. All right, at this point, Roswell, you hear some stuff going on towards the front of the cab. You definitely hear some, like, banging and some screaming and whatnot, but you can't actually see what's going on. And yeah, we're going to reroll initiative because we're at the top of the action now.
15.
Aubrey's part of this now.
13.
New initiative. All right. Okay, so he got 1N is 18. What'd you guys get again?
15 for me.
13 for me.
So then it would be Phil, Wiz, okay. All right. All right, let's do it. So first to act is actually that ninja. That is unfortunate. Okay. Gotta find Bert real quick. Bert McCluskey. Why can I never find... There it is. All right. That's good. Okay. All right, so that's the end of his turn. Phil, your turn.
Okay, so there's no one on the back of the
No.
trailer at this point, right?
No.
I would be heading up towards where I heard the noise coming from the cab.
Okay. It's going to take you one action to kind of like move along the cab towards the front safely without falling, basically. But once you get up towards the front, you see one ninja has actually, like, the door is open, like, on the passenger side, and just, like, slapping back and forth. And you can kind of see, like, the ninja's inside, but you only see, like, flashes of back because you're just looking down on the top of the cab, right? And you can definitely hear, like, yelling. Get off me! God, God! Like, inside the cab. On the actual front end of the cab, like down in front of the windshield, on the front of the end of the cab, there is a ninja on the front, kind of halfway up. He's got a sword. You see Aubrey has, like probably whacked him once or twice. His fez is missing, and you see like a little trickle of blood coming from his forehead. But she is barely hanging on to the top. And actually, at this point, I'm going to need you to give me a control check real quick. Physical prowess. Because the entire truck swerves, like, again. I'm going to up the control to, I'm going to up the control to a 40.
I roll a 12, so I should be good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're good. So, like, it shifts a little bit. You do some surfing on top, but you can tell that Bert is struggling with a ninja on the inside, and that is causing, like, the truck to shift back and forth. Whereas Aubrey is, like, and that's Aubrey's problem, is she definitely lost her footing, and now she's kind of hanging on for dear life on the hood as the ninja pulls himself up with a katana. So,
all right.
You have 3 more actions.
Ugh. What? Oh, Wiz is still on the bike, right?
Yeah, Wiz is on the bike, and he's towards the back end. He saw you run forward, but other than that, and he definitely saw the ninja go kersplat. Real quick before we continue, Wiz, give me a mental affinity plus control. Control's at 40.
Mental affinity plus control.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Intelligence.
Intelligence. So control is 40. My intelligence is 9. So 49, right?
Yeah.
So I have to be under.
Mm-hmm. It's not a super important roll, but...
Ugh, 50. Just one high.
Okay. So back to Roswell. What are you doing?
So is this ninja standing?
The ninja in front of Aubrey or the ninja in the cab?
The one in front of Aubrey.
No, he's basically like on the front end, like clinging to the hood ornament almost, like draped over the grill, and he's up to like waist high basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he's pulling himself up to kind of hack at her.
I am going to, and you can tell me if this is one or two actions. Probably two, because I'm gonna grab Aubrey. I put one of my knives in its sheath, grab Aubrey by the back of the shirt, and then try to shove the knife through his hands as he's pulling back up.
Okay. All right.
In my other hand. So that's probably two actions, one to stabilize her and one to attack.
Yes, especially since you have to still, because they're on the hood, whereas you're still on the top of the cab. Almost.
Oh, okay.
So you have to get down to her. So I'm going to say two actions, definitely. The second action will be an attack. The stabilization of Aubrey, I'm not going to make you roll for that yet. Instead, I'm going to give, her bonuses if the truck swerves again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Almost like you're helping her up in a video game, like you're writing her. So, you're helping her find her balance so that she can deal with shit.
Gotcha.
So you kind of reach down, you grab her up, and pull her up to her feet in one kind of swoop, and she lands. She's still very agile, so she gets it. You can tell she's almost embarrassed that she lost grip. And then go for the attack.
I just crit.
You rolled a 20?
Yeah, I don't remember if that does anything in this system.
It does. Yeah, I believe it does double damage and auto hits. Let me check.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they definitely ripped this off of D&D. Critical strike. This is an attack that does double damage to an opponent. Rolling a natural 20 without bonuses to strike is an automatic critical strike and can only be parried or dodged by an opponent's roll of a natural 20.
Alright, so make sure he doesn't crit.
Right. Give me one. I'm going to mute this for just 1 second.
Zach is dying.
No, poor guy.
This is the other strangeness part of this game.
Funny. No, I had a really bad burp, and it just made me cough really bad. It's terrible. All right, so double damage. So yeah, let's see if he rolls a natural 20. He rolls an 11. That is not a natural 20. So roll your damage and double it.
So that'll be 16 points of damage.
And we're doubling the bleed too. So it'll be 6 points of bleed.
Yeah.
Oof. That is pretty brutal.
That's a good hit.
Yeah, so you bring it down on his climbing hand, the hand attached to the hood ornament. Because he's kind of wrapped around the hood ornament, you can't, fully sever it. But the teeth just, basically slam into his forearm. And then when he tries to pull away, let go of the ornament, he has no space to move it. And the tooth just catches in the forearm and just drags all the way through and out his knuckle. Just... And just he just yells in pain, and you just see this ribbon of blood come from his hand as just his whole hand turns into crimson as blood just sprays out of the wounds. He is still. Ooh, wait, no, because he does not. Let me make a really quick roll. See if he can maintain his footing. Find him again. Oh, ninjas. Ninjas. Fighting some ninjas.
That was
Need to mark these pages.
bloody strike.
Better. Right? Alright, so we're going to do this as physical prowess. We're going to do this as a control check. I'm actually going to give him a -10 because of the situation. So he's at control 30 with a PP 17, so it'd be 30. Okay. 28. He manages to maintain. All right, so you do this. He spins the katana around in his hand, jabs it into the hood of the blue ox. Actually manages to gain purchase into the metal, holding himself onto the front, and then he pulls his other arm around. Well, is it his turn?
Oh, hold on. I got one more action.
Oh yeah, you do. I forgot about that.
So I'm gonna say, Aubrey, help Bert, and then if you'll allow, I want to try to make just an unarmed strike just to lower his chance to maintain.
Oh, I see. Like just to try and shove him off.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm down with that. Go ahead and roll. We'll do it as a comparison to how much you beat him by.
Okay.
We'll do it 3 times what you beat him by to his percentage roll. And I'll re-roll the percentage, basically.
Alrighty. So that'll be a 13 to hit.
Okay. He actually manages to dodge. With a 12 plus 3, he gets a 15. So he manages to actually evade your punch. So you punch at him. This guy's tenacious. He actually like dodges to the side.
Okay, so I've just told Aubrey to help Bert, and I'm still on the hood with this idiot.
Aubrey is going last. So 1 in was him. That was Phil. Wiz, it's your turn. You can't see any of this shit.
Nope. I'm still in the rear, and I got my tactics going. So since I can't see any of this, I just saw a ninja get scraped off the top of this truck. I think Roswell's doing great. I'm going to sort of drift back over to the other side because there's no more enemies in front of me now, right?
No,
that was the last one.
No, none. You do remember there being mini cars on the other side, but you have no idea what's happening.
Right. So I'm going to drift back over to the other side with my motorcycle and get on the now right-hand side of the truck. But towards behind it, but to the right.
All right, you drift over, and you see there's no mini cars left. But you do see the flapping door slapping back and forth open on the passenger side. And every once in a while you see like an arm or a foot come in and out. So you something's going on in the cab. And at this point, one more time, I'm going to need you... Actually, no, this would be the time. Give me a motorcycle control check.
Right. So that's I got 60% on my motorcycle.
Yeah.
So I got, hold on. Oh, shoot. I got a 1.
Oh, nice.
On this dice.
That's amazing. You easily avoid it, but the entire truck swerves a quick couple of times because of whatever's going on in the cab. and almost hits you. You actually have to swerve yourself a little bit out of the way, but you manage to do that with ease on the motorcycle, no problem.
So like in this game, like I mean, obviously no special thing, but critting, I would think on a D100 would be basically a 1 in this game, right? Because you're always trying to roll low.
Yeah.
So essentially, I mean, it doesn't give you any other special bonus or anything, but essentially a 1 is a crit for this type of.
I see what you're doing here. I see what
No,
you're
no,
doing.
no. I'm not trying to angle for anything.
You know what? I like it. I like it. So I'm gonna say this. You will from now on a 0-1 on any skill or stat check is a crit, and I will give something special in the moment. Is that how does? Because this is the first time it's come up, right? Nobody else has rolled a 0-1 so far. I haven't missed anybody yet. So here's what we're gonna do for this one. I would normally say that you've used one action so far, just pulling over and looking, but because you're that good at motorcycle driving, that you can now you canceled out your first action. You have 2 actions still.
Okay, cool. I'm really glad I got that natural 1. I guess I'm going to try and then speed up and figure out what the heck's going on in that door that's flapping open. See if I can't line up with the side of it.
Okay, all right. That takes an action to get up there, and you're actually able to line up to the side of it. The door is kind of ironic, kind of slapping back and forth, in and out. Not enough to actually shut and latch, just kind of back and forth. But you can see Bert is straight up, like one hand somehow still on the thing. He's got another hand up. He's got the ninja's hand with he's not using a full like katana. It's like a nagito, or was it wakizashi, like a Japanese short sword version, basically. Mm-hmm. Trying to bring it down on Bert, and he's kind of holding it up with the other hand, while the ninja with his free hand is just punching Bert in the face repeatedly, which is making him kind of like steer back and forth. And while Bert is trying to use the hand that he's already holding the hand with to kind of try and kind of keep the fists from getting any real purchaser damage. That's what you see. You have one action.
Okay, so the ninja's between me and Bert, right? Because yes. I'm like looking in through the passenger side, but we also have this door that's flapping open and shut. Oh, and I don't. Okay, I'm gonna try and shoot the ninja. I know this is gonna be such a hard shot, man.
Okay, I'll let you shoot the ninja. You can't aim because you don't have both attacks still, so you get no bonus. And I'm gonna say this right now. Failure to hit this ninja in any way, shape, or form will result in Bert being shot.
Ooh,
shit!
No pressure.
That's rough.
At the same time, if you don't take the shot, Bert might get stabbed to death.
Okay, can I see the other ninja on the hood, or is that my only option to?
You can see. I mean. Here's the thing, you could see it. You could see what's going on in the hood, and right now Roswell is fucking him up. You see Roswell basically struggling with him. I'm going to say this, though. It's the same kind of situation, because Roswell's right there basically struggling with the ninja. If you shoot at the ninja and you miss, you'll hit Roswell.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try and shoot the ninja off of Bert. Roswell's in much better shape than Bert is right now.
Okay, do it.
Oh boy! All right, and this is no aim. Oh, but I rolled a 19, and no, that was no aim, but I still get my normal modifier, right?
That is correct.
All right, so then it's a 21.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Nice.
I am going to go ahead and have him dodge or attempt to. Actually, you know what? I don't know if he'd even know if you were there.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna make him do a kind of a mental affinity check real quick to see if you to see if he knows you're there. If he doesn't know you're there, you'll get a stealth crit basically. He knows you're there. So your motorcycle, the chopper, it it advertises you're coming. Unfortunately,
That's okay.
so he's kind of fighting with Bert, and then he kind of like turns around and kind of like out of the periphery sees you, sees the gun leveled at him, tries to dodge, gets close, but not quite a cigar. 17 to dodge you. So roll your damage.
Ooh, that is close.
Yeah, roll your damage.
All right. Okay, 4d6. Wow. That's a 20 damage. I rolled 2 6s and 2 4s.
20 damage. That's pretty brutal.
I love this gun so much. I'm gonna have to give my gun a name.
20 damage. Where the fuck is he? Oh, there we go. There's the average. Do they not do... Oh, there's the SDC. Okay. Jesus. Alright, Ninja. 2. That's that. Alright. Alright, so you... Boom! You take the shot. It hits his, like, upper kind of shoulder blade. He stumbles forward, kind of lurching him forward. He has to kind of break off from Bert, but it's not enough to take him out. Not enough by far. I mean, these are ninjas. They're not punk ass bitches. They're ninjas. But he lurches forward and then kind of falls backwards. So Bert is gonna make a quick kind of kicking attack at him. See if Bert can't put him out the way he came. Bert's gonna hit him. Kick attack, what is it? Alright. Does 8 points of damage on a kick. Damn, Bert. Ain't fucking around. Alright. So at this point, Bert, like, levels back. Now that he's got some clearance, he just drives his foot forward, connects to the ninja's solar plexus. The ninja goes backwards, his knee catching on the passenger seat. He rolls backwards, tries to catch the seatbelt, fails completely, rolling out of the cab, slamming into the step up, kind of like right on the back of his shoulder, and then just crashing to the ground into a heap and rolling away. Which
Brutal.
Yes. So at this point, Aubrey sees this happen because she turned around to deal with that. She sees that happening. She turns back around and just kind of like steps over, like past Roswell, and tries to hit the ninja anyway. She wants to get some action. 16, and the ninja rolls. Ninja dot. This ninja. I think this ninja has got to be special now. Alright. So Aubrey comes up and he brings up his mangled fucking arm to block Horsey the bat. Just you can hear him grit through it. Like there's a splash of blood from his arm that splashes across his face and Roswell's face because they're so close to each other. Like it just blood everywhere. And at that point, the ninja just like looks at you, Roswell, and just goes, "You are marked." And then he just leaps to the side off the truck, kind of tucking, crashing to the road, and rolling through the street off the car. Like he's out.
All right.
Alrighty. And that you guys, that's it. That's all the ninjas. Bert finally like hits the gas. You guys pull away from the situation. After you guys are able to climb inside the cab, Bert's got some shiner. He's definitely got a swollen like upper eye, a couple of bruises here and there, but he managed to avoid the worst of the damage. But yeah, you guys completed that adventure. All right, he's gonna pull off.
Where'd the pink car go?
The pink car it sped off as soon as the attack started. She just hit the gas and sped off. So you guys get, well, Roswell gets back in, shuts the door. Aubrey gets back in and shuts the door. Everybody okay? Bert says.
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good, but what the hell kind of government task force was that?
It's like, that ain't no government task force. That's some hired terrorist bullshit right there, my friend. You handled it like a pro, though, big guy. I'm glad I brought you along.
Do what I can to protect Goddess.
He turns, Aubrey's like, yeah, no, it's not like I didn't do anything out there. Bert turns around and goes, you shouldn't have even been out there. What were you thinking? You're goddamn 11 years old. You can't run around on the front of a semi-truck fighting ninja. She's like, geez, man. I saved them from the general and everything. She's like, look, it's enough. You can't do that stuff. Stella actually like steps back and catches Aubrey's shoulder. Aubrey looks hurt by the tongue lashing basically, and actually retreats back into the cabin. Stella kind of pokes her head out and looks at Bert and goes, because remember, that was another thing that we didn't really cover, is that the girls are getting way too attached to Bert as a father figure, and you guys both know that Bert wants nothing to do with being a father. So she kind of pokes her head up and goes, I'm sorry. It's been this way for so long. This is kind of her area. She is a protector. It's been a long time since we've had people... It's been a long time since we had somebody who was protecting us. And then she actually touches Bert's shoulder and then walks back into the cab. And Roswell, you don't even need a mental affinity or a charisma check to basically realize that, like, Bert, like, when she touches him, it's like a punch to his face. Not because it disgusts him or anything, but because he's like, shit, I did it again. You know, I'm getting these girls too attached to me sort of situation. And he knows that eventually he's going to get rid of them, basically. He just takes a deep breath and he goes, it's all right. We're all alive, and I put everybody in this situation, so it's fine. He radios Tex and just goes, Tex, we're going to pull off in about five miles, patch ourselves up, clean this paint off the window, and regroup.
Reckon so, partner.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys 2 more advancement tokens for that one.
Next.
Would you guys like to spend it now?
I might, in fact. Let me ask you something real quick. How much did it cost to learn a new skill?
So, the way we're doing new skills, aside from the fighting skills, right? Aside from the hand-to-hand skills, the way we're doing new skills is anything with a percentage. When you buy it from flat nothing, you'll get half the base percentage. You get half the base percentage, and then the second time you buy it, you'll get the full base percentage, and then it starts to upgrade like normal by the 5 or the 6 or the 3 or whatever it gets normally.
Okay. And how much, like, so when we purchase a new skill,
Mm-hmm.
do we know how many tokens it's going to take to do that?
Well, 2 total, But you can't
Okay.
you can't buy it right
Okay.
out, because remember, the way it works is you have to, for each level, you have to spend at least 5 tokens in 5 different things before you
Yes.
can start leveling up the same thing twice. So, like,
Okay.
the idea being there's more of a build to this system, but we're still kind of keeping the leveling system intact. So, like, technically after the 5, you'd be kind of at level 2. You see what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
So what we're gonna do with that is after after you spend 5 tokens, you can rebuy. But until then, you can't just spend 2 tokens on something. So if you're buying a new skill, you spend 1 token on it, and then whatever the baseline percentage is that you learn it at. So you know when you made a character, you got all your percentages at a baseline.
Mm-hmm.
Like Prowl was 40% or whatever.
Yeah.
Or 45 or whatever. You would get half of that for the first one, because you're still kind of like, you're a novice at it. You don't really know what you're doing. And then when you spend the next token, you get the full thing. And then from there on, it's just the normal upgrade, basically.
Okay. Okay.
And we've got Jackie in the chat today. Thank you, Jackie, for showing up. I appreciate it. Always appreciate
nice to
it.
see someone in there.
I know. We get a lot of views on this, but we never get anybody chatting with us, which is, I mean, we can only chat to them so much because we're running a game, but still, it's nice to see the chat. That's the next one.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that one in between.
I'm gonna hold off on this. So I'm going to. Not for tonight, because I'm pretty sure this is gonna have to be homebrew, and I'll just try and work it out and see if I can't myself and mathematically, and see if I'll pitch that to you, Zach, at some point to see if it'll work.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking lasso and rope.
Ooh, I
Oh,
feel like there's something in there like that, isn't there? Is there not?
I didn't find it. I just did a quick check. It would have been useful in this one. It's also totally in line with my character. He totally
really
would
is.
learn that.
It really is. That's something that's tricky too with the Palladiums, is almost like White Wolf. Like, some of the skills and stuff are in different books. You know what I mean? Like, they're not always like, maybe Rifts has lasso and rope. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
but I could have swore there was something like that in here, but I think
I couldn't find it just looking through my.
I don't see it offhand.
I'll do it outside a game next time, and shoot it over to you before next game and see if we
Right.
can't make sure it's solid.
Well, let me check one other book real quick, since we're here and it's right next to me, and just see if there's a skill in this one for it. No, there is actually even less skills in this. That surprises me. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we can work something out for that. Actually, I feel like we could just do it right now. We could be like, if you want to get it new, it would be a 25%, and then its base level would be a 50%, and then from there on, it could go up by, let's say, 5% a level. 4% a level.
Okay.
Sound
Okay.
good?
So then level 3 would be like 54%.
Right. And then...
Or level level 2, I guess.
And then we could always do something like we could do, and then we'll have to homebrew up a system for what it exactly gets you. You know what I mean? Like in the actual game, percentage wise. I almost feel like it should be some sort of like entanglement or restrictive thing to other people.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Something like that. But I like that. I actually like that. That would definitely really fit. And I think that is a perfect homebrew for Tex. Well, we like it when you listen to it, Jackie. We appreciate it. We really do. She just said she always loves to listen in on the games. She also said, nice shot, Tex.
Thank you.
All right, so Any other expenditures that we want to do currently before we continue to the next adventure? We'll get a little bit into the next adventure before we call it.
Roswell, did you have anything you were?
No, I think I'm good. I want to look over the skills and stuff off game to.
Do you have a PDF copy of the book?
Yeah, you sent one to me.
All right, good. I couldn't remember if I did or not. I want to make sure you have it. All right, well then we'll continue to the next chapter of the road trip, and this one takes place in in Ohio, so to speak. But before we get there, we've got to finish our little resolution. You guys pull off about 10 miles, kind of up the road. You're still between Pennsylvania and Ohio, so it's a know-nothing exit. You guys pull off at a Sheetz gas station, basically. And it's one of those exits where there's just like 3 or 4 gas stations right next to the exit and like a McDonald's, and that's it. You guys pull into one of the truck stop, actually probably a Flying J truck stop area. It pulls into the Flying J just so you guys can, get cleaned up and stuff. So what do you guys want to do while you're there?
How are you doing over there, Roswell?
I mean, I'm holding up a little. Took a little bump from the from those shadow ninjas, but other than that, not too bad. How about you? Those were some fancy riding skills you showed.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Maureen and I are bonding quite nicely.
You named your motorcycle?
Named her Maureen.
That's awesome.
I guess I'd also go up to Bert and just be like, well, what in tarnation was that, Bert?
Bert, Bert's got some ice on his head, and he's kind of like moving his hands in a way that makes you feel like at one point he quit smoking and really wants a cigarette, but doesn't have one. But he's got just like an ice pack on his head. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I really didn't think that that was the kind of stuff that was going to go down in this situation.
I would imagine not. Who would have think that a bunch of yahoos and ninja get-ups and little vests would come out on these tiny little cars coming up, and some blonde lady named what'd she call herself?
This is Barbie.
Do you know that woman?
I'm aware of her. Yes. Although I gotta say, I just want to point out the irony of a talking armadillo telling me something just happened that was weird.
I've been telling him he's weird this whole time.
I see your point, but I must say, I don't think anybody was expecting us to run into ninjas and Barbie with her bazooka playset edition. I don't reckon I understand what's happening here, and I'm really hoping you're going to be able to help clear things up a bit.
All right, that's fair. You guys done been through a war. You deserve a couple of answers. I'm not sure how many I can give you, though. I got one box in the back. It's locked up tight. I don't have any key or way in. And I'm not allowed to go in. It's a need-to-know basis. That's how the CIA likes to do it. I'm moving into Silicon Valley because I owe the CIA one last favor. A favor to make up for the very nice house that y'all stayed at and the motorcycle that you're riding and many other things that I have. That being said, Barbie is an operator that's been around for the last 4 or 5 years. She's real flamboyant type. She is of Iraqi descent, and there's very little known about her. But from what we know, she was trained nearly from birth to be a operative. However, at some point she went rogue, went freelance, and then that's when she started the Fez, which are, honestly, I didn't even believe it till I just saw it, but those ninjas you done seen.
Fez.
Yeah, that's what
Barbie.
they call them, the Fez. They're like a clan or whatever.
I'm starting to miss the swamp.
You might have been having a better time at the swamp, I'll say that. Or at least a simpler time. Your bad guys were much more straightforward. As far as her calling me Big Daddy or acting like she knows me, I spent some time in Iraq. It's all classified information. Can't talk about it here, even with you fine fellers. However, I don't have any kids. As we've already talked about, I'm not planning on having any kids anytime soon. So, I don't know where she's getting that. The bleach blonde hair, don't know much about that either. Like I said, she's real mysterious. Not many people who meet her get to live through it. But she operates for herself, and she's been operating for herself for about 5 years. She gets some nasty jobs done, and she uses those ridiculous ninjas to get them done. And I think you both know, just from watching them fight, that while they dress like a joke, they ain't no joke.
I look over at Roswell and I look back at Bert with the ice on his head, and well, I reckon not. I got a sinking suspicion that she ain't going to quit just because we managed to manhandle a few of her men.
Nah, I think she's been contracted to get this crate out of the back of my truck. That's what I think. I think that's what she's here doing, and I think that's what she's trying to do.
Any idea how she found us?
No, none. I mean, CIA's got leaks, everything's got leaks, but nothing like that. I can't imagine what I got so important either that they hired an outside contractor like myself to take it cross country when they knew that one of the most skilled and deadly ninja groups out there was going to be coming after it. So like I said, I got some answers, but they only lead to more questions.
Somehow I got a feeling that that's going to be the name of the game from here on out.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe so. Like I said, boys, I've lived a hard life, and that life I have stayed alive in by not telling everybody everything. Not telling anybody anything they didn't need to know. Trust me, I ain't gonna get you guys in any more danger than you need to, but as far as I can tell, that's all the information.
Well, shoot. What should our next plan be? I look over at Roswell. You got any ideas?
This all sounds like a conspiracy to me. He's over here talking about the CIA, the NSA, whatever this new group of terrorists are called. They're probably government funded. He seems to know more than he's telling. I don't know. He's talking about he's a secretive man. He's worked in this. I don't know what's next. All I know is we need to keep the goddess as safe as possible. The bringer of food. Food is life.
Where are the girls right now?
They went inside to, get cleaned up and get some food. Bert gave him some money. He definitely didn't want to have that conversation with them around because he was going to say the dad thing. For certain, for certain, for certain.
Well, shoot. How are we going to continue on without attracting these folks? Any chance of us switching vehicles, or I don't know. I don't know. Trading up.
He's like, I can change my route. Switch it up. Try and keep them guessing. I think no matter what, I don't think they're done yet.
No, I reckon not.
Yeah.
Well, what's our next stop?
He goes, ain't no stops until we have to. I say we get back on the road as soon as I can get this paint off the windshield, and we go until we need to eat again. Put as much distance between us and them as humanly possible.
Yeah. I suppose that's about best we can do at this point. Shoot. I can't think of anything else.
Well, Roswell, you want to give me a hand getting this paint off this windshield? Let Tex take a look at his bike, make sure it's in working order.
Absolutely.
At this point, Tex, do you go check your bike or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you go off to check your bike. Roswell, you kind of go up with him. You guys start kind of like scraping the paint off. Once nobody is in earshot, Bert kind of stops and goes, hey, big man, let me talk to you for a second. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, go ahead.
He pulls out a phone. You recognize these now. Because you spent enough time around people to know what they look like at this point. He pulls out a phone, and he goes, look, I think you got a really interesting point of view. I know you don't trust me, and I wouldn't trust me either, especially after what we just went through. He hands you the phone.
I start looking at it. Is this tapped, Bert?
It's not tapped. Don't even have a SIM card, but I do have it jury rigged so that you can still... I still got it jailbroke, so you can still use the internet on it. Can I show you something? And then he kind of takes the phone in front of you. He brings up Spotify for podcasting. And then he pulls it open, and you see these like little text bars, and he goes, now see, listen. Right here, you can name your podcast. Right here, you can put your podcast in, and then all you got to do is hit this button. You record your podcast, you upload it to the internet, people get to listen to it.
Oh, that's
no shit. And I start like looking through the playlists. I'm like, Alex Jones, Rogan. This is all the big guys.
He's like, yeah, but you're missing the point here, Roswell. Like, you can listen to all these guys, or, and then he switches over and he goes, or you can make your own. That's why I got it for you, so you can make your own. You got some really crazy ideas. Post them to the internet.
You're fucking with me at this minute.
I'm not fucking
This is
with
the
you.
most excited I've been in a very long time.
I'm not fucking with you. I swear to God. He switches it over and he kind of takes you through the process of making your own podcast and shows you the basics of uploading it to the internet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, I'm gonna make some crazy ass podcast.
I know. I was so excited when I was like, he's gonna give him that.
Making podcasts. Conspiracy theories? Ain't no conspiracy about it. We're living in it, folks.
What?
I got ninjas riding semi trucks.
Goddamn ninjas riding semi-truck.
Oh God!
It's the first episode.
What's the name of your podcast gonna be?
Oh, I gotta think of. I gotta sleep on this one.
That's
These are
too
important
excited.
decisions. These are important decisions. The most important it's ever been.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
It'll be like Eyes Open with Roswell or something like that.
Jackie says, Roswell, you can be the big guy. All right. So, anything else you guys want to do at this particular point?
I'm just in a room screaming at my phone. Like, you can hear me. Like, I take this shit from him, and I'm in the back of the cab, like everyone's outside the cab hanging out or whatever. I'm just yelling at this thing, like,
Goddamn ninjas! Okay, all right. You yell into this thing for probably an hour before it's time to go again, and you upload it. I'm going to not make you do this now because I sprung this on you because I wanted you to be in the moment for this surprise. But here's what I want: extracurricular activity for your podcast.
I'll record a thing that you can play.
No, you don't. That would be above and beyond. I was going to say you need to come up with a name for the overall podcast, and every episode you need to give me the basics of like what it's about and what craziness he's saying.
All right.
That's awesome.
Because I want to use the podcast as story threads later on, basically.
That's too good.
So I need to know the basics of what it is that he's saying. You don't have to record an entire podcast for Roswell. Right? That just every week. Anybody who tunes in would be like, what is this? This is a gaming channel. It's a gaming channel, and then all of a sudden there's this dude pretending to be a crocodile just screaming about ninjas and aliens. What is happening?
That could be like the outro or something of every episode.
Oh man. Okay. So, as I was saying, so after he's done screaming, everybody's ready to hit the road again. You guys get back on the road, get back on the turnpike. Bert, however, has a very sophisticated GPS in his really tricked out, awesome fucking Blue Ox, and manages to get off the turnpike because he doesn't want to cause a situation where they would be easy to track. Like, the turnpike's the easiest way across Ohio, so he doesn't want to stay on that. So he gets off the turnpike, starts to kind of cut through Ohio. And you guys are on the road for the next, 8 hours in the truck, just hanging out, talking to each other. Anything specific you guys want to talk about or do during those, 8 hours? Because it's a pretty boring trek.
I think.
And it's through the night, too, at this point.
I said, yo, Tex, check this shit out. Look at this thing. He gave it to me. I can make my own show.
What, show? Like on TV?
No. Podcast. TV's a thing of the past. Come on, catch up. This is where people really open their eyes. I can really make a change in this world.
What's it gonna be about?
Oh, I'm going to talk about all the cabals and the terrorist organizations that are tied to the government and all the things that are hiding from the people of this world, like the ooze, and the fact that aliens, it ain't no conspiracy. It's real. You're one of them. Look at you. You're a freak.
I think that is just a great idea for you. Get all these things out. I'm sure everybody's gonna love it. Although I would recommend maybe, you have such a handsome smile. Why don't you put your face on that thing? Everybody will be able to see those big grinning teeth.
Oh, I don't know. I never really thought about the video versions, but I don't know if the mystery would be better. Let them wonder what the face behind these sultry tones looks like. That's something to sleep on.
Well, give it some consideration.
I surely will, Tex. I surely will.
All right, you guys drive through the night. Obviously, Tex is back in the cab right now. You park the chopper in the back. And basically, you guys kind of come to an agreement, you and Bert, that like you can't be on that chopper all the time. Just like Bert can't drive the truck all the time. And during the night, it's better if you have the chopper in the trailer so that he can kind of like, so that you can use it better during the day when we need it the most. When most likely the attacks are going to happen on the road. Unless you have a better idea. Unless you want to argue with him on that.
No, that's probably a good idea. Now, would I be switching off with him for driving the truck?
You guys don't really have truck driving skills, so
No,
really, what's gonna happen is he's driving the truck. Like there's nobody else who could drive the truck. So when he's too tired, you guys have to stop, rest, brake. There's just no other way around it. However, you will find that Bert is in fact a very seasoned truck driver. And he has had obvious mental training, and does not get tired easy, has no problems like not falling asleep, like can drive for extended periods of time, almost superhuman amounts of time, without needing that break or rest. Basically, he's like, if somebody could create a truck driver in a laboratory, that would be Bert McCluskey, basically. Like, he is just superhuman truck driver. Like, he was bitten by a radioactive truck, and now he's a truck driver. like those are his powers. but Bert is just like trucking along. He would make small talk with you guys, as much or as little as you guys would allow, and he would definitely talk with whoever is awake during the night. He would kind of suggest that between the two of you, you don't both sleep at the same time all the time, so that he's got a second pair of eyes in the passenger side. Aubrey insists she be part of the watch as well, not to be written off as a child, and there's no way to argue with her, basically. She threatens to drink the mutagen and punch you all a lot, so you have to cut her in on that. So
probably support her on that one, actually.
Yeah, so you guys take different shifts on it. Is there any specific special questions you want to ask Bert during this time, or you just want to like make small talk and get to the next thing?
I think I ran through all the questions already for me.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, me too.
Great. So you guys just make small talk. Next morning, sun's coming up. It's looking nice, but you guys actually notice that Bert is starting to drag a little bit. He's starting to feel the effects of the road. And sure enough, you guys see a couple of signs, like some billboards kind of indicating Burger Heaven. It's like a competitor for McDonald's, like a fast food place. And it just says, like 4 exits up, Burger Heaven, grand opening. And sure enough, the date is today. Like, it's today's date. And they're giving crazy deals. Crazy deals on, the first day. And you see Bert just kind of like, he takes a deep breath and he goes, look, I think I'm going to have to stop. I think I'm going to have to get some food. And I think that's the best place to do it. I don't know about you guys. What you guys think? I could use something greasy.
Could wrangle up some grub myself.
What do you say, Goddess?
Lila's like, I'm starving. Let's get some food and maybe they'll have a toy. Lila has become obsessed with the toys since you guys have gotten out of the park. She almost likes the toys more than the kids' meals. Aubrey's like, oh my god, the toys. You can't hit anything with the toys. Stella's like, I don't know, I kind of like the toys. Bert's like, well, settled then. Let's stop on over, get us some food. So you guys, it takes a little while to get there, but you manage to pull into it. And basically, it's the grand opening. The minute you get there, it's the celebration's in full swing. There are kids and families there. It's almost like a perfect place for you guys, because if it was an empty greasy spoon, a crocodile and an alligator in a coat walking in would immediately get noticed. You guys you almost look like mascots that are out of place. Like when you walk up, because it's surrounded by crepe paper. There's a bunch of those wavy, wiggly wind people flapping around in front.
Wacky, wavy, inflatable, arm flailing tube men.
Oh man, you got it! I can never say the whole thing. But yeah, those are flapping around. And actually, they're just over the speakers, probably decibel levels just slightly too high. Is a band of clowns out front is actually playing "Oh When the Saints Go Marching In," which is the company's theme song. But yeah, there's just tons of people there. Yeah, I mean not tons of people, but tons of people for a fast food place. It'd be like 30 people there, easy, coming and going. You know what I mean? Like a lot of foot traffic. The truck kind of pulls in and almost has a hard time finding a place to park, but you guys find a place, and it just looks like a normal fast food place. So you guys won't get recognized or anything. So this is kind of a perfect place for you guys to go get some food. So you get out. Bert's like, oh man, I tell you, I got a mean spot for this greasy food. I don't know if it's the time I spent in Iraq, but there's just something about a nice double cheeseburger that just slides down your throat that just can't get away from it. Can't get away from it. Am I right? And he elbows Roswell slightly.
I sure do like the meat.
Bert stops and looks at you and goes, way to make that creepy. All right, let's go on in there. So you guys, all of you guys head in, and there's a few people there. There's a few people there kind of milling around. As far as the menu goes, you guys have to actually get in line. And the menu actually consists of the Heavenly Fries, the Saintly Super Burger, the Heavenly Nuggets, which are chicken chunks, Frisch Fryer Sandwich, the Miraculous Angel Food Cake, milkshakes, ice cream, and other fast food crapola. Just around, basically. And then you guys get in the line.
What you going for, Tex? I'm feeling that carnivore bacon cheeseburger.
Tex has never had a burger before, so he's gonna look up and just be like, all I know about burgers are the stuff that comes out of your nose. Why are we buying these? He thinks it's a booger.
Oh, that's awesome. That means Goddess only shared the burgers with me, not with you.
Lila actually and hides behind Stella because she did. Stella's like, no, a burger. It's at this point you guys hear a bunch of laughing coming from behind you. You turn around and weirdly enough, you see one of the Saintly Super Burgers spinning in midair in the center of a chorus line of Heavenly Fries, all floating 8 feet above the floor. And the crowd just goes wild. They start clapping. They love this trick. One of the people are like, "Oh my god, this is so amazing! I love it here. They spared no expense for us. This is wonderful." And you just see this like super burger just kind of spinning 8 feet off the ground with some fries kind of like dangling around it.
Roswell, I think you might be right. There's definitely something alien going on here.
No, you see, Tex, this is how they snowball the people. It's all about distractions and misdirections. It's how they get people to believe things.
Bert's like,
Distractions and misdirections. I start looking around. I think I'm actually going to do Can I do an awareness check just to see if there's anything suspicious?
yes, you definitely can. It will be intelligence. The control, we're going to definitely shift the control to... Well, actually, we're going to keep it at 40 right now.
Control's 40.
Yeah.
Plus my intelligence.
But Bert actually goes, is somebody doing a mind freak on us? So they're doing a mind freak? Somebody's mind freaking us? At this point, while you're making that check, the burger and fries are joined by a quintet of dancing ice cream cones and some styrofoam burger boxes. Just like kind of like plopping there. Everything's dancing around kind of like weirdly. And the crowd's just like, "Oh my god, this is amazing. You never see this at McDonald's." Stuff like that.
My check was 42 on a 49. My IQ is 9.
There are no wires attached to that food. You have amazingly good eyesight honed from using your giant murder gun. And you can tell that there are absolutely no wires connecting this food to anything. This is not something. The other thing you notice is the people behind the people working there are staring in slack-jawed disbelief, kind of looking at each other, confused. So nobody seems to know what the fuck is going on, except for the people who are positive this is part of the grand opening.
Probably a deep fake or I don't know. It ain't real.
Well, none of the employees here seem to know what's going on. I think I'm getting a little suspicious here. We just had to fight with ninjas, and now there's dancing food in the air.
It is at this point that the food goes hurling into the crowd, splattering into the faces of several no longer amused adults. The kids cheer and holler, "Yeah! Mommy got it in the face!" But service staff and manager look bewildered. The entire burger joint's mascot is a big Saint Bernard, like a big Saint Bernard thing. And there's like a kind of like a statue of it in the corner, and suddenly it steps forward, kind of lurches forward, and then in a doggy voice, it goes, "Ha ha! Children shouldn't play with their food." And then the kids should not play with the food. So the kids start hurling French fries and angel food cake at the dog. At this point, the 6-foot-tall dog is bombarded with all kinds of heavenly foodstuffs, flying from every direction under its own power. A super burger knocks the St. Bernard mask off of the actor, who goes running outside. So he was just a mascot guy. The adults look concerned and angry. Many of the younger children are upset, and the food attack their big furry friend. Management has turned pale.
I look at Lila and I'm like, "Goddess, you have to stop this. They're wasting your bounty."
Lila's like, "I'm not doing this, and I'm not this hungry. I don't need a toy this badly."
I'll probably start gathering food off the floor.
God.
Just stuffing pockets and shit.
One of the
I'm
Karen
gonna
mothers
change
is like, oh, who let this homeless person in here? Oh.
I'm
Go ahead.
I'm gonna turn to Stella and Bert and say something ain't right about all this. We need to get out of here. We might want to find food at a different location.
Bert's like, I couldn't agree more. But it is at that moment that food and small objects begin to fly off the tables from the kitchen, pelting everybody, child, parent, server, Bert, and our heroes. A woman shrieks as 6 knives from the kitchen rush past, inches from her head, and are impaled in a cardboard stand-up of the dog mascot. The now screaming crowd rushes for every exit. Although many get out, the doors slam closed with an audible clack. Noise announces the doors are now locked. About 24 children and a dozen adults are trapped inside. Some have taken cover under tables and in the restrooms, while others stand huddled and whimpering in the corner.
Damn.
I stand up as I'm stuffing food into my mouth. Who's responsible for this?
You get a pie tray right into the face. Pow! Smack! Then one of the chicken nuggets floats out of your pocket and smacks you in the eye. This is a real thing, guys. I'm not making this up. Well, I'm not making this up, actually. This is
Someone else made it.
This is definitely someone else. This is not a me adventure.
Oh, this definitely is the 90s.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can definitely see this.
This
way
is
back.
one of the few adventures that I in no way, shape, or form edited or changed.
It's a lot of fun.
I started filming clips.
But a podcast. All right. So a few minutes. Oh no, go ahead. You got a few minutes.
I was gonna grab maybe a stool or a chair. Is there anything like in there that, like furniture wise, I can grab and throw out a window?
Yeah, definitely. Let me just make sure. Wow, that is a lot of SDC. Okay.
Windows have SDC.
Yepers, yepers. All right, so yeah, you can you grab a stool and hurl it at the glass. Give me a roll.
What kind of roll should I?
No, that's just a straight roll. We're gonna do damage on that. I think that would be we're gonna say D10 worth of damage.
All right. Oh, I crit on the damage.
Oh, nice.
Jackie, if you swear or say anything bad, YouTube redacts the message. Just want to let you know. I've seen the second message retracted. I don't want you to get locked out of the stream. If you say any swear words, if you type any swear words, YouTube gets mad at you. Just letting you know. All right, so
Is she getting really intense on this storyline?
No, she got two
displaying?
message retracted, so she probably just said like shit or ass or something, and YouTube gets mad if people type that.
Either that or she said lockdown. I don't know if that's one of the things.
She did say lockdown once, and it didn't take. Maybe it took it out a second later. Yeah, it might have. Who knows? YouTube doesn't like when we say suicide anymore. Like you have to say unalive yourself, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. All right. I'm sorry, YouTube. We need words for things. That's how the English language works. You can't take all our words away. All right. So you threw it. What's your damage?
10.
No, sorry. 10. Okay. So here's what happens. So you pick up a stool. You're like, all right, we're getting out of here. You take 2 steps forward, hurl that stool with all your might. It slams into the window, and you realize it's 2-inch thick plexiglass, and it just bonk, and the stool drops to the ground. The whole thing wobbles for a second. There's a small little like scrape in it, but it is barely anything more than cosmetic. So yeah, they spared no expense. The windows are plexiglass in this place.
Who the fuck builds a restaurant with bulletproof glass?
And it's in the 90s. I want to point that out. Like I believe that now, but back then, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so you smack it. It's a good try, but it doesn't work. At this point, after a few minutes of utter sloppy chaos, the flying food, knives, styrofoam boxes, and other debris begin to concentrate in a swirling whirlwind directly in front of the doors. Moments later, it stops and forms into a mockery of a human form, a bizarre monstrosity that is simultaneously humorous and terrifying. The thing's chest is a bag of garbage. Its arms are paper cups stuffed with fries and foodstuffs. Its legs are styrofoam burger boxes and milkshakes. Its feet are saintly super burgers, burger boxes and milkshakes. Its head is a mass of muck with the Saint Bernard mask for a face, and a spatula, spoons, forks, and other kitchen utensils stick out of the top. Most frightening is its hands. The right hand is composed of 4 kitchen knives that look like deadly fingers. The left hand is a menacing meat cleaver. The monster takes a step forward, causing milkshake and special sauce to ooze from its joints. Then it lunges forward, swiping at a startled daddy, but missing by... Why did they say daddy? Couldn't they say father there? Like, swiping at a startled daddy. But missing by a good 2 feet. The atrocity seems unsteady as it walks, but with each step, it seems less awkward and more agile. At this point, I do want to just show the stream. They actually put a picture of this in the book. So, guys, if you want to tune into the stream for a second, you'll see this. If I can get this up. That is the burger being right there. So, now, at this point, you guys are kind of standing by the counter, kind of like aghast at what's going on. And then you just hear from behind you, I told him this place was haunted. You kind of turn and see a lone service counter attendant. When they tore that old haunted house down and began to build this burger joint, I said to myself, those people are going to be in trouble. Because that ghost don't have no place to go but to burger heaven. If only I took my own advice. Now we all gonna die. We all gonna die. We all gonna die. Okay, so that's where you guys are. This thing is just lumbering.
Well, I'm gonna pull on my gun and shoot it.
I'm gonna say initiative.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna rush it, say that's not enough, this is enough, and just try to devour this thing, eat it. Ooh, my initiative is a 1. I'm not doing that anytime soon.
His initiative is a
rolled a 20.
19. Oh, okay.
Second initiative rolled to be a 20.
Okay. I see you. Quick Draw McGraw over there. Alright, where's my little initiative sheet? Oh, it's over here.
Best friends with Fry Guy.
Alright, so Wiz is first. Hey, thanks, Jackie. Thanks for joining in, man.
It's the real Hamburglar.
We appreciate you being here. We're gonna be done soon. This adventure isn't a long one. I mean, depending on how quick they figure things out. 20. What? So then it's Burger, Monster, and then Phil. Alrighty, Wiz, take a shot.
All right.
You like throw back your oversized human coat and just whip out a fucking your piece.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take probably since it is kind of like a shit. It's a I'm not gonna use an aim shot. This is too cool to be like just a fast draw on this one. So I'm just gonna take two shots from the hip.
Okay.
14 on the first one.
Okay.
And 14 for the second one.
Okay, both 14. Let's see what it's. I don't really have any bonus.
Pull that thing off and do a couple of
Fan the hammer.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
use. It's. I don't know. It's not. Why would it? Okay. All 3 hit.
Only two.
I'm sorry. All 2 hit. Boom! Boom!
Nice. All right. Damage on the first one is 15.
Okay.
Damage on the second one is 10.
Alrighty. You boom boom. You fire both times. Big chunks of the garbage from the like the first one takes like a big chunk of the garbage out. You see like a plastic garbage explode. The bag kind of explode a little bit, and some of the garbage fall out. The other part takes a chunk of the mask off, and it doesn't seem in any way, shape, or form phased by your attack whatsoever.
I really hate this thing.
At this point, it is totally locked on you now, and just like rushes forward. Did use? Oh no, it didn't. It's got 3, so it takes. We're gonna say it actually takes 2 actions to get to you because of its movement, but it definitely gets to you, and it's just gonna take that big meat heaver like it's just charging like boof. Boof, boof. Every time it walks, like some fries come out and milkshake squirts out of its knees, and it just plops forward. And then as it comes to you, it just brings the big meat cleaver hand down towards you.
I can try to dodge, right?
You are now in. This is melee, so you can actually parry.
Parry, okay.
Yeah. You parry for free. Dodge doesn't. You don't use actions from your next thing for parrying. Parry is an automatic.
Yeah, I haven't done melee much in this game.
No, you really haven't.
range
You
stuff.
really haven't. Other than when Longhorn kicked the shit out of you. Bonuses. No bonuses. Okay.
Wasn't that the
So
highlight?
straight 14 to hit you.
I actually parried for 21.
Oh.
Nice. All right, so it brings the big meat cleaver down. You actually kind of sidestep and bring your big gun up and kind of block the meat cleaver to the side. It slams into the counter, just whooshing. You hear that clerk go, "We're all gonna die," and then like dives backwards away from the cleaver. It pulls the cleaver out. Use the 2 actions to get to you, but it starts to kind of like pull on its arm, trying to pull the cleaver out. Your turn, Phil.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know how you would do this. I actually want to like try to tackle it and start eating it. Like just run in, mouth open and start trying to eat this thing.
Like the plastic and paper and everything, or?
I'm a fucking alligator. Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let nobody say I'm not a good improv game master. All right. So go ahead and make me an attack roll.
What do we got? We got a total of 14, 16.
All right, he actually manages to turn and kind of swat you away on your first attempt. So when you go in to try and eat him, he kind of spins, pulls the cleaver out, and just barely manages to kind of like hit you with the back end of the knives. Not enough to do damage, but enough to keep you from tackling him and consuming his body. But you still have like 3 more attacks.
Yeah, I'm being relentless. I get swung off. I'm like,
I'm so hungry.
I never let a meal get away that easy. Next one should hit 21.
Okay. Definitely hits. All right, you like tackle into him, slam him down. He crashes. Well, let's just do a straight contested strength check to see if you can bring him down. So not applicable. Come on, game. Come on, game. Ridiculous. Okay. All right. Just give me a strength roll of physical strength plus control of 30.
Nine. So I got it.
Okay. You with relative ease. You crash him down, like tackle him, full on spear him, Roman Reigns style, to the ground. And just start like taking big chunks out of him with your teeth. Give me.
I don't know how you want to do this. This is random.
So it's such a weird way to do it. How much did you beat your control check by?
Well, I was at 49 was my control check, and I rolled a 9, so by 40.
All right. So yeah, you tackle him down, slam him to the ground. He starts to bring up the knife hand, and you just take a huge chunk. Like, you just bite down on his elbow where a milkshake is. Milkshake goes everywhere. It comes down your teeth like it's blood, but it's milkshake. So it's like weirdly gory, but milkshake. And you pull his arm off. Basically, the minute you pull the arm away from the structure, all of the garbage kind of falls down. The knives fall down. Everything falls down. And then, you just munch down. You get some paper in there. You get some milkshake in there. You get some garbage in there. It all drops down the gullet. Give me a physical endurance check with the control of 30, if you don't mind.
62.
Actually, hold up a second. I gotta look
That's
up
a good
something.
roll.
Well, that's good, but you might actually beat it by more, because pretty sure endurance gives you like a save versus situation.
Oh, right.
I'll tell you, I'll never use these percentile dice when I need to roll high, because I've been doing really good with them.
Okay.
Been doing bad with my d20s, but good with that.
What is that then? Save against coma. Save against. Well, what's that +1 for? Save against toxins. Okay. Oh, I see. It's a saving throw. Oh, jeez. I don't think we've ever done those before. Okay. All right. You had a really good roll, so I'm going to let you pass this time, but the next time I give you this roll, it's going to be a completely different thing, just so you know, okay?
Okay, I got 11.
Yeah, I figured you passed. That's why I didn't want to take it away from you. But there are actually, like, a few saving throws. There's psionics, lethal poison, and drugs. and they're like a D20 with a 14 or higher, but then you get pluses based on your physical endurance, basically. So
We can do
I can roll it right. I don't care.
no. I screwed it up. I'm not gonna make you pay for something I screwed up. So, but yeah, you eat it. You definitely choke down some of this stuff. Like while you are an alligator, and this is definitely like your natural, like this is what I should be doing sort of feel. You have mutated enough to where you probably shouldn't be eating garbage.
Yeah.
And Roswell doesn't really understand that, but just making that clear, maybe this is going to make him understand this. But what's interesting, however, is as the arm falls away and slops around on the ground, you see the creature actually like pull apart under Roswell, just kind of falls apart for a second, and then all of the individual pieces pull away out from under Roswell. They pull back up to the door and then reform again into the burger creature.
My last action, I'll just be like, Tex, somebody's controlling this thing.
Reckon so.
You
Can you keep it busy while I look for whoever happens to be doing this hocus pocus?
Yeah, when I say that to Tex, can I look around and make a perception check to see if anyone looks like maybe they're focused, is what I'm looking for?
Go for it. We're going to say intelligence plus control of 30.
Hopefully I can roll low again. Too bright. Oh, 21. I'm good. Yeah, I got it.
Nobody appears to be controlling this thing.
What
It does
the
not
hell?
appear to be being controlled in any way, shape, or form, nor does it seem to have any sort of controlling device. In fact, I'm going to say this. Only because Roswell is a little bit more attuned to the conspiracy. This fucking thing's a ghost. And we're going to end there. Clerk guy is right. It's a poltergeist, and we will pick up. In another to be continued for next time.
This is definitely making it onto a podcast.
Yeah, I really excited. So, did you guys have fun? This was a lot of fun. This is so much fun. This game.
I love this game.
I fucking love this game. I'm so glad we started doing this on a regular basis. I fucking love this game. So it's awesome. I'm so glad you guys played with us.
The show is going to be called Roswell, The Conspiracy of Life. The Conspiracy of Life with Roswell.
Oh, man.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I can't wait. This game is so much fun. It's just so much fun. It's weird because it's almost like because it's tongue-in-cheek, we get better role-playing in it than if it was a serious game sometimes, you know? Like, I don't know. It inspires you to be the character more. I don't know. I love it.
It's almost easier to be
We also have a pretty good group for that stuff because we get good role play in Astral Drive too.
We do. I'm not knocking Astral Drive at all. Really not knocking Astral Drive at all. I love this one. They're both very cool for different reasons. This one I like because this one is the reason I like this one is it's so much more casual. You know what I mean? Like it's literally we're just having fun here. There's no pressure whatsoever. It's just a fun role playing experience. Astral Drive is awesome, but in a very different reason. It's like this very cinematic. Everybody's playing against each other, hyper like pressurized. Like when are they all gonna decide to shoot each other situation? Whereas this one's just like much more fun, and they're both really cool for different reasons. Like, but this one is just like it's such a great like we always do it on a Thursday too, so it's like, yeah, man, just about the end of the week, and you get this nice like fun romp. It's wonderful. All right, But we do have to be done. I do want to thank Jackie for jumping into the chat. I don't know if you're going to watch the rest of it in the back end, but we really appreciate all your comments. That made things just so much more interesting. We appreciate it. And anybody else who viewed this. Phil Billy, anything you want to plug, my friend?
Well, as we mentioned, Astral Drive. And I've also been streaming some Baldur's Gate 3 on Old Man Gaming's channel. I plan on tomorrow, Friday night, being able to do a little bit longer stream than normal because, work and kids and stuff, but no work Saturday. So hopefully I'll get in a decent little stream tomorrow. So if you want to hop in and join, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, that's about it. And just to reiterate to Jackie that Bigfoot is not a conspiracy. He's just blurry.
I do want to say I'm slowly moving through the Baldur's Gate stuff because you stream for like 2.5 hours, which is good. It's a good amount of time. It's just it's hard to like watch it, and it's probably the first D&D anything that has made me like legitimately think about wanting to play it. Like the character creator alone, like I could spend hours in that character creator and just be just in heaven. I love a good character creator in a video game.
The game's awesome. It is the closest I think you could get to the feel of tabletop role playing in a video game, just because they've somehow put in so many different consequences and options and stuff. It feels like you're playing with a GM.
I've been reading articles on it, and like one of the cool things is like you can't long rest in front of something that's happening right then, or the thing will pass you by. Like people will be like, "Oh, I'm damaged." They'll get to like a burning inn with people inside that you're supposed to rescue, and they'll be like, "Well, I need to long rest before I go into this situation to fight," which is video game knowledge, like a video game logic. You know what I mean? And then they'll do that, and the whole place will burn down while they're sleeping in front of it, basically. And I thought that was just so cool. I love also that, like, another article I read is you don't meet the people in the same, like, if you don't go to the place to find a person, they're not fixed there. You know what I mean? Like, they've moved on to another place, and you have to find them in another place. So, like, all of the characters are progressing along their own storylines, whether or not you're interacting with them, which I thought was really fucking cool. So yeah, that's real cool. Yeah, I'm sorry we went into a gaming podcast there for a second. Wiz, anything you want to promote there, man?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to be promoting, the Wizard's Respite tonight, and all of these shows that we're doing, this one, Astral Drive, the Wizard's Respite Sanctorum, they're all also on the website. You guys can go look through the whole back catalog and everything and check them out. And yeah, that site's all dedicated to TTRPG. So if this is your thing, head on over there, take a look.
Yeah, please do. And if you are watching this on the back end, if you're not watching this live, you can interact with us. So stop watching, go to wizardsrespite.com. It's posted there, and you'll give both of us a view and just watch it that way. Like, if you're watching this live, by all means, watch it on my channel so that you can shout funny things at us like Jackie did. But if you're not, watch it on Wizards Respite. Give him a view. Give him some stuff because his site is awesome. We do love this. We are still doing this. We're going to do at least one of these a month is our goal. We're doing Astral Drive bi-weekly, usually on Wednesdays, though I think next week will be on Thursday. We have a scheduling conflict that we're working around. And then other than that, for gaming stuff, we've got a lot of stuff going on right now. We've got some Remnant 2 coverage. We've got OMGM, where we book against each other in WWE 2K20. Prelude to Divorce, where I play video games with my wife, who makes fun of me the entire time. Please check out Phil Billy's Baldur's Gate stream. And coming up, my kid's about to go back to school, so I will definitely be streaming. I'm probably going to be streaming some Remnant 2 because it is my favorite game, possibly of all time. Yeah, so everybody out there, you can reach us also on Facebook at OldManGamingDH, on Twitter at OldManGaming9. You can join our Discord. The link is in the description below. Influence this and all of our shows from there. Also in the description below is the link to wizardsrespite.com. Go check that out. And like I said, watch this on the back end there. And then, of course, as long as you guys keep watching and listening, we'll keep making them. We'll see you guys next time.
Later, guys.